Hello and welcome to another LEGO bootleg slash knockoff review. This is Pogo's set. There's no set number, but the figures here include 76 to 83. So here we have Blue Beetle based on the official LEGO sets. Crap Beast Boy. Beast Boy? Is it Beast Boy? Yeah. And Black Manta. We have the Two-Face on the SuperHeroes. Based on the SuperHeroes set, we got 60s Riddler, which is good because previously we had some 60s figures released by Pogo, and now we have Riddler. And XINH is also releasing a Mr. Freeze, so is Pogo actually, so there'll be a Mr. Freeze soon just to complete the 60s related figures. We got Bane here based on a bit of everything really, and we have the Dark Knight Joker there, which I'm going to have to compare this with the other one again. I think last time I kept the XINH one and got rid of the Deku one because the printing is just a little bit iffy. And in the middle, for me personally, the main reason to get this set, or any of these figures, the main one to get is Flashpoint Batman. I believe that's Flashpoint Batman. Bruce Wayne, oh spoilers, Bruce Wayne's father. In this alternate world, Bruce Wayne is the one who died, and his father became Batman, and his mother, spoilers, skip ahead if you don't want to hear it, his mother became the female Joker, the crazy one of this world. So, yeah, a pretty good lot of figures actually, and as always with all of these newer Pogo releases, all of them come with a standard minifigure stand, the 3x4 plate with the 4 studs in the middle. And yeah, let's take a closer look at all these figures. So I'll take a look at 4 of these figures first. And I just have to say here, Pogo of course does not have the dual colored plastic legs, but what they've done here is that they've painted it black, which is a smart option. Previously I've reviewed figures where they use a dark plastic and decided to digital print a light color on the feet, and that, first of all, that looks a bit silly, looks a bit bumpy. Second, it doesn't align too well. You often have the edges not printed properly, so you have a dark color showing on the edge. And the top of the shoes, you know, this sort of flat surface on top of the feet there, is always not printed, so you always get the color cutting through there. So the better option is to get the top half of the color painted instead of the bottom half of the legs painted. And yeah, all of them pretty good. Bane doesn't really have any accessories, so there he is just fine. He's got the spear here. Black Manta's tubes and stuff, they are rubbery just like the official one, but he comes completely disassembled, so you have to assemble those tubes yourself. And the tubes are, it's both a good and a bad thing. The tubes are very tight, they fit in there very tight, and because it's sort of a rubber, so when you're pushing the rubber tube into the hole, you're deforming the shape. It doesn't quite go in. You're pushing it out, the plastic outwards, instead of going into the hole. It goes around the edge of it. That's what she said. And so it doesn't quite go in, and because the more you push, the more you're damaging the rubber. You're actually splitting it. So what you have to do is you have to kind of get it sort of on an angle, like a 20-degree angle, just in there, and then twist and turn it in, and that way it gets in a bit better. So it's a bit of a pain to get the tubes in, but once they stay in very nicely. So that's a good thing. It's just the assemble stage is a little bit finicky, and you have there's a chance of damaging the tubes if you're not too careful. There's a spear there as well, and the printing on the helmet is okay, a little bit wonky, but overall not bad. And the Beast Boy there is pretty decent as well, just to show the black legs a bit more. You see it's black all the way to the top, so that's good. So there he is. Move back up, and yeah, the hair is also pretty good on there as well. Pretty decent. Now Blue Beetle here, he looks decent, however, without any strength, the head it's not really on there. That's because his, like the neck area on the bottom of the head does not fit into the scarab piece. The scarab piece is not big enough, or the head's too big. It doesn't fit in there, so it's just wobbling on top now. And of course you got the wing on the back as well, which is this ring. This wing piece is very soft and rubbery, so you know it's a bit thicker than the official one. Don't know what I feel about this. Rubbery is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, it must be something we can do with the rubberness. But without the wing piece, his head has enough space for enough grip to stay on the neck. So currently the only way to have the scarab and the head is to remove the wing piece. So that's a little bit annoying, and I don't know if it's just this figure or not, but yeah, the head juice will refuse to pop in, so I either get something like a file or some sandpaper just to sand the edge a little bit, then maybe he will fit in there. But of course doing that you might have a chance of actually snapping or breaking the plastic, which of course is going to be even more annoying, so be careful what you do there. And of course he has a stud piece with a transparent blue flat piece over there, and that blue piece is a little bit greener, a little bit less blue, like less vibrant, bit flatter in color compared to official ones. Even without the piece to compare, I can tell the color is a lot lighter than the official Lego, so that's a bit different there. And here are all the figures again, just a quick look to see with their pieces removed. I guess I'll remove Black Manta's helmet mask thing away so you can see the rest of the print. And again, they're all printed pretty well. You're not sure what to think about Bane's design though. And let's look at the back of the figures, and just for you guys to see it, just really look at the side of the figure and see the black inside there as well. So the inside of the legs have all been, it's also been painted with the black color as well, which is good. It's you know, it really gives off the effect that this is the same as the double plastic colors used in the official Lego figures, even though it's just painted. And all of them have very decently printed backs as well. The details are very close to the official ones, and the Bane here with the painted hips are not so good because the details are like slanted, a bit smaller than the body print, which is a little bit annoying. But apart from that, the overall print on all of these are very decent. Oh, and finally, Beast Boy's hair is all painted correctly as well, so that's pretty good. Next up, these figures, and yeah, they all look pretty good. A little bit of a mispaint here, a little bit black stuck on this white side of the hair, so and Riddler looks pretty good as well. And the hair molding does have a little molding line coming across, so for those of you who wanted to make it look more Lego-like, you're gonna have to sand that away or snip that a little bit. And Riddler here has a bomb, but the other two don't have any accessories. And Joker here is a lot more detailed than this one, which is the... Oh no, I kept the Deku one, I didn't keep the XINH one. Why did I can't remember why I did that. This is the Deku one. I think the XINH one had a bit of a misprint, if I'm not mistaken. The previous one I compared had a slight misprint, but I think there's no contest here. This one is based on the one from the Tumblr set, I believe, and the overall print is pretty excellent. Not sure what the silver line is there. Going on. And obviously this one was released a long time ago before Lego did their official design, but you can see they're using pretty similar hair pieces and such, so that's pretty cool. But this one is just done so much nicer, and this one actually looks like a Lego figure. Now this one does look a bit more menacing because the face print there is obviously based on the posters that they had for the movie. So I'm just gonna... Ooh, his hair won't come off. That's no good. So here are the figures of all their hair pieces removed, and yeah, the Two-Face one's a little bit tight. And upon closer inspection, the hair removed, the eye has a bit of a scratch on there. Oh, there's the light on it. There's a bit of a scratch on this eye. Let me turn that off. Bit of a scratch there on that eye face. So yeah, I actually have new lights installed on top of this. That's why there's still light going on when I turned off the light from the front. So yeah, look at the back of the Joker. He has a secondary face. That's good. Back of the Riddler, and back of Two-Face. Two-Face no print. Riddler does have the secondary head print. Move back to focus. There we go. And yeah, all really done. Now the old Deku one doesn't have any back print at all, none on the face either. And personally, I think I like to keep. This is one of those cases where I'll keep both of the. Based on the same design, I'll keep both because this one's more Lego-like, but the Deku one's more creepy, and. But this one's also a bit more accurate because based on the official Lego one, he literally has a face paint. So the Dark Knight had the Joker where he uses face paint, so it would make sense that not his entire skin was white. So he's actually wearing gloves there, whereas the Deku one has white hands, and the Deku one uses a white head, so it's white all over, whereas this, even with the hairpiece on, you can still see a bit of actual skin color showing through. And finally we have Flashpoint Batman. This is a pretty cool figure. And yeah, uses some, well, looks like it's using the older helmet, but with the lower part removed. instead of just using the new helmet that doesn't have the jaw piece. So it's a combination of both helmets we've seen so far from LEGO. Well, technically 3 helmets we've seen from LEGO, because they did alter the shape just a little bit from their first helmet before they removed the jaw area. And this is pretty good. He's got a Batarang, so we just remove that as Batarang. Oh, Batarang standard. We've seen a bunch of these. Don't really care about them anymore. The figure looks pretty awesome. He does have printed arms, so I'm just going to remove his mask, which is a little bit tight, so when you pull it off, you're going to put it on a little angle. You can see he's got some eyes there. It's not printed too well. The red there is pretty good though. Yeah, I really like this figure a lot. Well done. Cape is thick, which explains why the head is a little bit loose compared to the mask, because the cape bumps it up a little bit. So yeah, I don't like this cape too much. I'm happy that they've moved on to slightly thinner capes, but this is a new release and it seems like they've gone back to thick capes again, so that's annoying. But yeah, good print overall. Quick look at the side. The arm is printed. Nothing too special, but the detail there is appreciated. No secondary face though, that's a bit of a shame. They really could have had a different expression there, like an angry one or something. But the back of the body print is also pretty decent as well. So yeah, I like this figure a lot. So that's us for this set. So aside from the Blue Beetle loose head issue, because his head neck area won't fit into the scarab piece. One other thing I noticed was that the hair is a little bit tight on Beast Boy, like a little bit hard to push onto the head, but once it's on there and it comes off fine. It's just, I think the angle isn't too correct in the molding. But the rest of apart from that, I have no issues with these at all. The printing is pretty spot on for all of them, very sharp, very detailed. For the most part, there's not any quality issue or any scratch issues. Riddler's eye, for example, is just one of the paint issues in all of these, so that's still pretty good for a bootleg release. And the plastic feels good in the hand, and the clutch, nothing's too tight, nothing's too loose. Overall, that's pretty good. You don't get as many accessories in this set, like the characters don't really have that many accessories compared to other sets, but I think that's alright. As long as the figures themselves are good, it's quite easy to get some pieces for them to mess around with if you really need them to. So yeah, pretty good release overall, and this is still pretty fast release as well, since for example Blue Beetle was in one of the more recent sets, so that's pretty good, pretty fast for them. If you don't want to or can't afford the official sets, you can quickly get yourself a Blue Beetle figure if you need one, and there's one right here, so that's pretty good. If you found this video and enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, and even comment below on how you feel about these figures. And as always, you can check out my other LEGO bootleg videos as well as LEGO official videos on this channel, as well as other toy reviews, hopefully with adblock turned off. I would appreciate that so much. You can also support me on Patreon so I can spend more time on these videos, I hope, because instead of other job that I have to deal with, since sometimes I can't put videos out every day for you guys. So. And of course I want to do more animation, which again, it's hard to do when I have another job to deal with. But as always, you don't have to do any of that. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon, and bye bye now. Oh, and of course, be sure to check out the Mr. Gold video, Pogo video, because I am giving away one of those for a week. So yeah, check those out.